Hey guys, what I have here for you today is a dual smoke detector demo. I'm going to try to make this a little quicker than I usually do because normally I just go on and on about one detector. But these two I actually got together. I got both of these from Jesse, aka JDL Productions on YouTube. He had bought this one off eBay, and he said he actually came with two of them, and he said, "Oh, do you want one?" And I was like, well, "Sure." So he gave it to me, and I did not know that he was also going to be giving me this one. So yeah, that was a nice surprise. So a huge shout out to him. Go subscribe to him. You know, I'll post a link to his channel in the description. But anyway, so what we have here is this one is a BRK 79R, and this one is a First Alert SA67D. So I'm going to start with the 79R here. Now these are a classic 80s BRK detector model. These came out in the early 80s. I think they came out essentially like right after the 77R was discontinued. The 77R was the one with the mechanical horn. And these are BRK's version of the SA76RC, which, as you know, looks like this. This is my SA76RC, and they're the exact same unit basically, except with different covers. Now, this detector came new in box, well, I didn't say it, but you can see it. This is the box for it. And it's a contractor model, as you can see by the regular, just bare cardboard. I don't know if these had retail models. I'm assuming they did, but I don't think I've ever seen one with like a retail model box. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. But anyways, yeah, these came out in the early 80s, and they lasted till around, I want to say 85 or so. And then they came out with these. So, yeah. They also came out with, during the time that these were being manufactured, they came out with this model, which was the 1200. And as you can see, it was also basically the same thing as this one, except it had the added escape light, which was something that BRK and First Alert made models of. First Alert had the SA120, and of course you can see more information about that one in my 1200 video, which I have mentioned a lot about. But anyway, let's open up this one and show you the inside. So here's the inside, and as you can see, this is I think this one's a slightly later model, but not too late, and I'll get to that, why I think that in a minute. Now, this one has the normal round metal sensor that these all had, and it has the later style piezoelectronic horn with the 3 small holes, and it has the dome test button, and I'm pretty sure that the dome test button is later, because I've never seen one that has the dome test button and has the earlier horn with the 3 large slots. Yeah. Now, BRK also made a white button version of this. Just like First Alert had white button versions of all their alarms, BRK's white button version of the 79R was the 79P. And just like how First Alert had the white button version of the SA76RC, which was the SA67, as you can see here. So if I take the cover off of the SA67 and put the 79R's cover on it, if I can get it on with one hand, that's what the 79P would look like. Just a 79R with a white button, white dome button. Yeah, so the reason why I think this one is slightly earlier is because if you'll notice the LED, this one's LED is red. It's like a red color, and you just saw it flash there actually. If you look at, actually, well, my 76RC has the exact same circuit board with the red LED. if you look at the, I think it's with the 1200, yeah, the 1200's base, this one has a clear LED, but it's still red colored, which is interesting. Now my SA67 does not have an LED at all, but some of them did, and the ones that I have seen all have the regular, just like clear LEDs. However, notice that this one has a sensitivity adjustment right there. I've seen several later ones that do not have the sensitivity adjustment, like this one, as you can see. So that's interesting. I really not sure, because I think this one actually is a little bit earlier than this one, at least. Probably around the same time. This one's probably around the same age as my 76RC. I would love to find one, a 76RC with a tiered button, and I've actually don't think I've ever seen a 77R or 79R with the tiered button. I've only ever seen these with dome buttons, so that's interesting. They have to have existed, because they came out at the time that they were making detectors with the tiered button, because they made the 76RCs with tiered buttons. So, I don't know. Interesting. So, yeah. I have seen these before in person. We went to, was it last year? I can't remember. Yeah, it was last year. We went to Kentucky for summer vacation. It was like after, when I got back from working at the camp in Pennsylvania. And we went to Kentucky for like a week or so, and we toured this really nice historic house. It was a really, really, really cool house, and it was like it belonged to like a guy that apparently like started one of the city's like largest industries or something. I can't remember what the industry was, but in the house they had, in a few of the rooms they had these, and I don't know if they were still working or not. I couldn't see if the LEDs were flashing, but yeah, there was one like on the first floor on the ceiling, and then there was like on the second floor there were some in each of the rooms just on the wall above the door. I have pictures of those on my Instagram somewhere. Yeah. Actually, if I remember, I think the ones that were on the walls did have batteries in them, because I looked and I could see like the battery, but then again it could have not been connected to the terminals. But anyway, let's go ahead and test this one. So it does the classic BRK quick pulse, which these always did. This one's a bit slow, and I don't know if that's because of the battery, because these often, a lot of times they vary in speed of the pulse. But I love this sound a lot. It's very, very classic 80s. I'll test it again. And as you can see, the LED flashes with the pulse of the alarm, as opposed to being steady lit like the earlier ones were. So, sadly, though I got this one new in box from Jesse, this one did not come with a manual. But that's okay, because I have a manual for my SA67, which is basically the same thing, and you can see that in my SA67 video. But anyway, let's move on to this one here. This one is a First Alert SA67D, and these are a classic as well for the late 80s. These came out right after these, or actually technically right after these, the First Alert model. And this one is a slightly rarer version. If you'll notice, this one has the white test button. Interestingly enough, for the SA67 series, the 67D, the later ones with the hinged cover, they did not have a separate model number for ones that had the white button. Now they did for the SA60FD, I don't know what's going on there, but they didn't for these for some reason. And this one actually is labeled SA67D, not 83R. And if I open it up, this one has the regular black plastic sensor. There are a few very rare ones of these that have the white button and the metal false alarm sensor, you know, the old one that has the larger slots in it. I have one of those downstairs. I forgot to grab it. But another interesting thing that I did not know that they did is, you see this one has a white button, but look down there, there's an LED. So, yeah, the other one that I do have another white button one of these that has the regular plastic sensor, and it does not have an LED. So I just thought that was really interesting. It reminds me of kind of how in some SA67s with the white button, they'll put an LED in for some reason. I don't know why, because it's pointless because you can't see it through the white button. But anyway, this one has the regular later electronic horn as well, and the black plastic sensor like I mentioned. And this one also came new in the box. As you can see, it's a retail model box. Believe it or not, they did make contractor models of these. I recently found one on eBay that was a contractor model. I didn't buy it, but I just saw it for sale. This one came with its manual, but I'm probably not going to show that because I already have videos of the manuals of these. And then on this side there's an ad for the SA120 and the rechargeable flashlight. And there's $5 price stickers on it everywhere for some reason. I don't know why they put so many. I'm not sure where this was bought at because it's not labeled with any store. But anyway, let's go ahead and test this one. And it sounds in 4.6 just like all of the other ones of these. Classic sound once again. So yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. So I'm very happy to have these detectors. Once again, huge shout out to Jesse for giving me these. So that is the BRK 79R and the First Alert SA67D. Thank you for watching, and more to come.